I think we are live. Hello! And this great day of racing continues, everyone. We're here for the Elite Racer Series from Indianapolis, race number 9. I have a person in the booth after a few weeks of being alone. He's not here right now, so it sounds wrong. But Eli is here. He'll be back in a little bit. He'll be up here in the booth. I think we also have LT as in-race reporter person, like he was at Watkins Glen. Hopefully, what happened to him at Watkins Glen doesn't happen here. And he missed last race at Gateway, so he's trying to make up some points because he is down around the cut line for the top 10, which I'm sure he doesn't want to use up a wild card spot. He wants to be inside the top 10. Currently, points are very close at the top. Dirty Boy Jackson leads KD by 3 and leads Arrow by 23. Brennan's also not that far back, 28 back. And then you have Tango some amount back. I don't 41 back. I can do math. And 43 back is Big Jim. Workman's not racing. And then we're getting to numbers that are just I would do the math, but I don't feel like it right now. It's like AJ, BKR, and LT. They're like down around the bottom of the top 10. So LT, it's Indianapolis. How do you feel about it? Have you ever done a league race at Indianapolis?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I'm guessing it's going to be very draft dependent. Even if it's normal draft, you don't want to lose the lead draft because then you're falling behind. And yeah, I mean, it might just be single file. I'm going to try to make it exciting. Hopefully, it's exciting. But yeah, we'll just go for it, I guess.
LT, having done one league race in Indianapolis, this is what I can tell you. The draft is very, 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 very important.
Okay.
The leader's probably never going to be able to pull away. Maybe like a few cars can pull away, but it's probably never going to just be one car to pull away. Also, that thing gets stupid loose on the long run. So watch out for that. That's going to make it exciting, especially with the fact that, once again, it's not stage yellows, it's just a halfway yellow. So this race, 80 laps long, so we'll have a planned caution at lap 40. Since this track is over 2 miles in length, that means the first 3 laps after a restart, if a crash happens, there won't be a manual. So I guess for the drivers, wait a few laps to wreck. And we'll just see how it goes. I hear Brett's on pole. Is that accurate?
He is, yes.
Brett is on pole. He did what, like Watkins Glen? Is that it this season? So it looks like he's trying to continue. Well, he didn't really do good at Watkins Glen. He's trying to get some momentum up in this series. I don't know if Eli's back yet. He might still
Hi.
be. Oh, Eli's back. Hi,
Oh,
Eli.
Hi.
Indianapolis. How do you like it?
I don't like it.
Okay, good to know. That makes 2 of us. We'll see if LT joins our camp.
yeah, I probably
Uh,
won't like it.
LT, your lap good enough for 3rd? I thought it
hmm
was gonna be a little bit better because you sounded pretty happy with it, but
I mean, it was my fastest lap ever. I thought it was going to be better, but I guess I don't know what they were doing. They were a whole tenth quicker, so
you have the points. So you're starting 2nd. You're 3rd. You have Brennan in 4th and KD in 5th, and also Tiger, Arrow, and some other people. There's gonna be 12 drivers racing. LT, let us know when to join.
you can join now.
What great timing! It's almost like I'm watching someone stream.
On my face matches the lines that show the
Oh, and Brennan told. Wow, we're getting told to join by everyone. The amazing communication skills here. Oh, also, before we forget, the Elite Racer Series brought to you by Double G Construction Roofing and Richmar Floors. Eli, it's the first time you've been on board since Richmar Floors joined us.
Yes, it
I
has.
still say the winners get a bouquet of flowers after they win, but
I have like a wreath of flowers, and we're at Indy, so
oh yeah, that's a good idea.
you know,
We need a milk sponsor next. Turkey Hill.
turkey.
Do they make milk?
Make milk.
I mean, they make ice cream, so it's
We
basically
can just
milk.
melt the ice cream down.
There you go.
And we all right.
We'll just keep with the Pennsylvania sponsors. All right, here. Oh, the green flag's out. We're underway at the Brickyard. Brett leading us to green in that beautiful difference.
I don't want to get on the apron.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I was talking to LT. I don't know if you were here when I was, but that thing gets loose on the long runs.
Oh, you definitely.
So
Yeah.
watch out for that.
Also, really tight.
Yes.
Baits you in.
Yeah, it baits you,
in.
especially off turn 2 and turn 4. I've seen many a times where someone hits the gas off 2 thinking that they'll be good. They're 3 wide for
Three
second.
by three.
KD and Tiger come to the inside. LT in the middle. We have some getting into the grass. Here comes KD for the lead now on Brett, who may have... You think Brett, he's a smart racer. Maybe ran a tighter setup. And could be seeing the effects of that now, while some drivers who may be on something like a 5 or so, they could be come to the front. Some could be on 4s and even 3s with how loose it gets.
You see how big the draft is.
Yeah. We'll see if he can make that second lane work with Tiger. KD trying to clear, and I think he will that time. LT trying to follow through in the 19 on the inside. Dirty Boy, however, a great launch through turn 2. LT backed up a little bit, tried to get the run off. You already see the snaking down the backstretch. Now, the only difference in when I raced at Indianapolis, there were stages, and also it was high draft whenever we raced Indy, Eli. This one, it's probably normal draft, but that high draft, man, it is something at Indy. Yeah, I'd be scared to not lift going in. You can see Brett right there. He's going to go down by the wall. KD trying to get some draft, maybe go around the outside, the 66. Dirty Boy with them.
Oh, he really drove it off in there.
That's an unconventional line for KD to take into turn 1, passing someone on the outside in Indianapolis. You don't see that often. He's trying to make it work, though.
He can pinch him hard enough.
They're still side by side, door to door off turn 2. That was a great drive for KD through 1 and 2.
Don't try to side draft him back.
It can really work at a track like this. That side draft could really stall the run out. I think exactly what it did. In fact, Brett pulling up, and here comes 48 to the inside arrow.
Oh, he pinched him.
That time he got him, yep. Oh, LT into the wall. He'll keep it in the wall. Make sure to give the drivers on his inside room. Tiger will move by. Dirty Boy moves by, and up at the front, KD. Oh my gosh, was that Tango? I think that was maybe Tango. I can't quite tell. No, Tango's at the back, probably saving or something. Could not tell who that was. It was the 7. It was a Wes. Kind of running similar colors to what Tango would be running. See if KD wants to snake down the back. It's like he's just going to stay in line and not make it hard to chase that draft.
The 48.
Oh, well, now that was a very defensive arc into the corner for KD. He's going to slide up. Here comes Arrow. This is good stuff early on. Brett around the outside, yeah.
Kind of stacked him up, too.
I mentioned at the start the great day of racing was going to continue, and it's continuing right now. KD and Brett putting on a show early on. Also, don't count out Arrow in third, and also LT in fourth, and Brennan up to fifth in the 9 car. Using that draft to get by Dirty Boy in the front stretch.
The bad feeling when you're the only one down there. Everybody's flying by you with jab. Oh, Brett got the wall.
Very hard into the wall, along with Arrow. KD moves back to the lead. LT for second now. That was... Oh, and they're all stacking up behind the drivers that got the wall. You can see Brennan couldn't really make a move. There was nowhere to go with that. He just had to stay behind the 66 and hope they could push him clear. And Brennan's going to be able to clear for fourth. He clears the 40 of Arrow, who got the wall even worse than Brett did. Which is hard to believe because Brett got it really, really hard there off turn 2. But that's what we mentioned. It baits you. I think you can throw it off in there, but... If he can make it work into turn 1, he'll stay in there for now. Which is smart in that position. You get there sometimes and you think about making a move, but it's just too late sometimes entering the corner. There's some sort of racing etiquette that drivers have to follow where, did you get there early enough? If you're there too late, the driver out front has a right to come down and take his normal line into the corner. See them, KD start to snake. That's what? He almost put it in the grass. I thought he was spinning making the move. Oh my goodness.
KD's really good at that pinching.
Yeah, he is. But it also helps that the people he's been pinching so far, Brett and LT, they're good drivers and they can hold the wheel nice and pretty. If you start to pinch someone who might not be the best at holding a lane, someone like me, you'll probably get hit up against the wall. So It's taking risks to do that, but he knows who he's racing with, and he knows he can pinch them well. Brennan kind of looking on in fourth. He has 4 left, so you know, pit stops they seem like they'd be far away, but they're not terribly far away. As they'll have to pit here, I think around the 1/4 mark of the race, which once again could be interesting for Tango if they are a lap or two short of that mark. Tango could try and make it a 1 stop in this first half, and I don't think he'd trap many people a lap down because of how big the track is, but he'd possibly get track position. Something to watch out for in these pit stops when they do happen, even though they're 13 laps away from happening, is you have to use the access road. You have to use both access roads coming off pit road. So obviously the one in turn 1's a given. I'd not want to see anyone try to not take that. But you also have to use the one in turn 2. So you can't just go, you know, use the one turn 1 then come up in the short chute between 1 and 2. You have to use the one also through turn 2, and you have to merge on the backstretch. If you don't do that, that will be a 4-second time penalty, depending on how many times you do not follow those rules. So watch out for that. We didn't have any issues at Gateway with it. Everyone was pretty good with Gateway using the access roads last race, so I would not expect any issues here at Indianapolis as well. Brennan trying to get Tiger back for 4th. Tiger's done a nice job getting some spots back. He kind of fell back a few laps ago, but making those spots back up. And Brett and LT trying to team up and catch that number 18. That could be a bump. Brett to the inside. Some side draft on KD. KD trying to pinch, but Brett's already almost clear of him, so can't really pinch that. Brett's out in front, and here comes LT for 2nd, trying to get a side draft off KD. He'll have help from Tiger as well.
Tiger will take it.
Brett will give some draft to LT, who looks to go even lower to the bottom lane in turn 3. That was a move I wasn't really expecting, but LT made it. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it, or if he can just stay down there, he might have a shot. Brett does clear in the 66, so Brett now back out in front. So far, I think it's just been KD and Brett to lead laps here at Indianapolis. They've traded about 4 times. KD back for 2nd, and now he has help from Arrow. KD easily clears in turn 1.
He got a little loose.
Well, this would be the time of the run. You're nearly halfway through your fuel run. Fuel's starting to burn off. Rear of the car is getting lighter, and not only that, but your right rear is always getting eaten up here. To the battle for the lead. Once again, KD and Brett, with L2's kind of looking on in 3rd.
Oh, KD kind of got the apron, kind of slid up.
Oh, they're going to be 3 wide for the lead into 4. LT on the inside, KD in the middle, up top, Brett. They're still 3 wide.
Run off the top.
Yeah, who thought the 3rd lane would work at Indianapolis? Yeah. But it just worked for Brett. He's out in front. I don't think I've ever seen someone make the 3rd lane work, but
normally they're in the wall.
Yeah, normally they're in the wall, or they've lost all the spots. Oh, Brett in the wall off turn 1 there. Looked like maybe got a little loose. Car maybe stepped out.
There will be a caution this time.
Oh, caution. Okay. So something has happened somewhere. We don't know with who, but somewhere someone has crashed, and it must have been 2 or more cars that weren't yellow.
Going in 3rd and 4th, I think.
They might crash. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
look.
KD in the wall. Yeah.
Dirty Boy will get the 3rd off that. Kind of just opportunist right there trying to take advantage, but Arrow's trying to fight back. It's going to be a drag race for 3rd back to the line. It's going to be Brett and LT 1st and 2nd. Well, LT's trying to change that to the line. Brett will get 1st. LT tried everything he could. But yellow flag is out. LT is driving like a drunkard.
Loose.
And now these drivers will take this opportunity, obviously, to pit. But now, you pit now, you get about, what'd you say, Eli, about 20 laps or so on fuel? 20, 21 laps on fuel. So you pit coming to lap 13 right here. So you'll be able to go to about lap 30 through to then be about 7 laps before we get to the midway yellow. Not saying anyone's going to try and save 7 laps because that would be ridiculous at a 2.5 mile racetrack. But it could set for some interesting strategy like 2 tires if people want to try and do that. 7 laps might be too long, but you never know. Someone might try it. Because I believe pit road should be open this time. And with how big the track is, they might even be able to come off pit road and stack them up. And, well, I guess they have to choose cone, though. So unless they decide to choose cone at some different part of the racetrack, not the start-finish line. I don't know. And West on pit road, I don't think that's pit service. I think he is lagged out in the 17, so tough break for him. He was running decently this first part of the race, but Brett leads the whole field onto the pit lane. And he's open. He has a Dale Jr.'s 2014 crew on standby. Brennan taking huge swings at the car. Eli, his wedge was down at 50. It's up to 50.5 now.
Oh, well, I expect to see a 9-car maybe plow it off. We'll see.
That thing's going to be super tight the first, say, 10 laps, and after that might be alright, but I'm putting a lot of stock in not plowing the wall down and causing some issues. Sounds like LT may have hurt himself trying to grab the shifter.
Yes.
To get out of his pit box.
I think I broke a finger.
Oh no. Normally that only happens when you're crashed and you're holding onto the steering wheel. So Brett's crew does hold serve. LT second, Dirty Boy third, Tiger fourth, Arrow fifth. People are jockeying around up on the racetrack while others are taking the access road. Now Eli's a little bit dirty down there.
Yeah. You gotta clean those tires off.
Gotta clean those tires off. And, you know, it didn't say anything about not using the access road under yellow, so maybe those drivers should just get penalties. LT, I want. Was that choose cone? Was access road choose cone? Because now we're doubled up. And
well, I guess we'll go.
I'm just saying, because Tiger came off what, 4th, and now he's second on the out. He's on the outside in second. I'm just wondering if maybe because of how long this track is, you can do choose cone somewhere else on the racetrack at a non-conventional part of the track and be good to go for the lap. But I mean, maybe they decided choose cone would be if you want the inside, take the access. If you want the top, don't take the access. But we'll see if Brett goes this time. He might as well just be in his bumper and going at the restart zone. Tiger a little bit out in front of Brett, who wants to obviously lead them into the zone, and we're back going at Indianapolis. So that was definitely the choose cone. Good to know for future reference. Sometimes you don't want that. Yeah, if they stay side by side for a few more corners, he could be golden. Brett could pull away.
Well, he
mowed the wall down. He may have made his car tighter like Brennan. You can see him all the way down to the inside, almost in the grass, and to the front of the field goes LT in the 19, bringing Tiger with them to second. Here comes Tiger to the inside. He's feeling a little aggressive.
48,
Arrow is one aggressive person, so not surprised to see him making these big moves as they come off turn 4. And I believe this could be the first laps led by someone other than the 18 of Katie and the 66 of Brett. No, Dirty Boy took it first, but actually he'll take it to the outside because LT blocks, and Dirty Boy looking for a racing route, but Tiger now is the outside in turn 1. Can he try and make it stick like we saw some other drivers do? Saw KD make a pass on the outside, Brett make a pass on the outside. We saw Brett make a 3-wide pass on the outside. Looks like this time LT has the advantage through 2.
We won't really see how tight they were.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be a nice run for Tiger. He'll take it. Dirty Boy going with him. Dirty Boy, 3. 4th, a lead at Indianapolis. He'll back out of it. Think better of it. Maybe if that was 5 to go, not 65 to go. So Tiger and Dirty Boy, they'll clear first and second. LT will get down in line third. Katie trying to come back in the 18. Obviously one of the better cars to start out the race. He and Brett, the 2 best, but now Brett, obviously after knocking the wall down, trying to come back, and he's pushing the 18 forward. And they are slamming doors, trying to side draft down the front stretch. There were more cars on the outside, so Katie was trying to side draft hard. May have actually put the 48, the 88 into the wall. Brett also trying to be aggressive coming through the field, and Katie trying to go for third on LT. 19 though gets a nice run. Oh, Brett has that helpless feeling. Only car down low. Oh, Brennan's gonna actually take the run and even lower. That BKR in the 11. Yeah, that's what I'm surprised we haven't seen up front. The car is normally really fast, so either he's had an unlucky start to this race where he just couldn't get up front those first 12 laps, or Indianapolis is just a track he does not favor, possibly. But I was shocked to see him this far back, as Dirty Boy looks for the lead this time, has a nice run entering turn 1 and pulls ahead of Tiger. Maybe some contact. May is at 32, goes up the track and almost gets a safe. He's lucky the safe barrier ended where it did, because otherwise he was going to be in the wall.
Dirty Boy got real tight.
Oh, they're both on the wall. Oh, look out. Here we go. Katie through the middle. LT almost into the grass. He'll get back up. Now they're side by side for the lead. The 18, the 19 are. As you mentioned, that turn 2, it baits you, especially when you start to tighten the car up. That's when you start to forget, you know. You're like, all right, I could do this when it was looser, and then you tighten it up. You have 4 fresh tires. You're like, oh, that's a lot tighter than I remember it being.
88. I don't know where he came from.
Yeah, where did Alan come from? That's a really good question, Eli.
Dirty Boy 3 wide again.
Well, now Alan's wondering where he's going.
Yeah, he's going back.
He's like, well, the moment I got to 3rd, you guys decided to take me 3 wide, and now he's back to 5th, and right behind Dirty Boy as LT tries to pull away. Almost got the wall off turn 1, and they're banging doors just about everywhere. Dirty Boy and Arrow.
Tight.
Oh, yep, in the wall again. That has to be at least the 3rd time this race. Oh, the 48 kind of got down, hit the 80 a little bit. I don't know what that really was about. That's not really, I wouldn't be side drafting there because he was basically ahead of me. He had a huge run, so. But Alan, ooh, I thought he was going to get 3rd, but he may have gotten the apron a little bit. Actually shoves Dirty Boy, who's going to get to the wall.
That 48 went from like going to 3rd to all the way back here.
He's going to join Brett at the back of the field, right behind AJ. That battle for 3rd is intriguing. It's now BKR and Alan. I just mentioned what was wrong with BKR. Well, I think I got my answer. He must have just been unlucky those first laps because he's battling up quickly. Unless the 88 puts him in the wall here. Oh my gosh. I've never seen such orderly 2x2 racing until Brett made it 3 wide. Brett. Oh my gosh, and Arrow. Brennan's like, I'm backing out. See you guys whenever y'all wreck. Now they're 3 wide with Tiger in the middle. AJ up top. Arrow down low. Arrow gets hit by Tiger. They're all scrambling around the second half of that pack. Meanwhile, the front 2 are just staying single file, and they're going to try and pull away and be the leaders at the end of this half. It's LT leading KD, and KD has draft, and obviously he doesn't want to get any closer than he is to the 19th. The 88 got up towards the wall, maybe into it. Brett to his inside, AJ to his inside as well. And Brett almost got the wall again off turn 2 and about spun it. I'll be very interested to see if BKR can try and run the front 2 down, because someone very fast, and we haven't really seen him at all this race until this caution came out. So he's been fast. We haven't seen how fast he's been this race, so we'll see. He's pulled away from Dirty Boy, who might be getting a slight sniff of the draft, and he's also pulled away from Brez. The field back there starts to spread out. Once they started pack racing 2x2, whoever's able to break away, they'd start to then pull away, and it's kind of caused this spread out look as Dirty Boy again a little tight, had to lift, and Brez a huge run for 4th going right here.
Dirty Boy's gonna let him have it. He's gonna let a lot of people have it.
he's gonna let Brett have 4th, Alan have 5th, and Arrow have 6th, maybe even Tiger have 7th. And Brennan have 8th. And AJ have 9th.
Katie went for the lead, that's definitely gonna help.
Oh yeah, that's gonna help the 11 for sure. These are Eli, these are 3 cars that we've seen at the front pretty much every race. You know, if they've been racing, it's been 19, 18, 11. We've seen them 1, 2, 3, pretty much like every race they've all been in together this season. So it doesn't shock me now that 2 of them have pulled away and the third one is trying to catch on and pulling away from the draft behind them. LT able to keep that spot for now. So, wow, they're getting so close to that safety barrier. It scares me about every time, and I'm even in the car. Katie again for the lead. Katie, I mean, I was going to call it a side job, but I think LT just kind of knew the situation and let him have it. Now 11 trying to close him, but he has no draft. He's just so fast. He pulled away from the guys behind him, and these front 2 have draft, so it's kind of hard. And yeah, we have the big staple watching. So according to Brennan, he is 11 laps away from pitting in this 9 car. So that would be with around, so looking at that, that'd be about 47, 48 to go. So then you'd have about 7, 8 laps. Honestly, if I were someone up front, we went back green with, what, around 38 to go or so? I'd maybe split the run. I'd maybe try and go, you know, however many laps you could and do it. It would be 28 to go that they went green, actually. So they went green 28 to go. I'd maybe do 14 and 14, 15 and 13, something like that. Especially if you're at the front, you probably won't fall a lap down if you pit. It'd just be, I wouldn't want to take 2. I think that'd be too long on 2 tires, and the looseness that's gonna be, and you never know. It could be loose, it could be tight, it could be both. So honestly, I would probably split it. I'd say once we get to like 55 to go, 54 to go, we could maybe see some drivers start to play that strategy. But BKR is flying up onto these front 2. They're gonna battle again, but BKR has gained these past 2 laps, even though they've been in draft.
I know last time I turned 4, 18 kind of got loose.
Oh, he's getting really loose now. You can see right there, just coming off turn 3. He was all the way down near the grass. We had Dirty Boy hit the wall of turn 2, and Brennan had nowhere to go and just plowed right through him. And
there comes the
was he? I'm confused about what that was. Unless he just got very loose. Oh, the 18 spot on the apron! So far, it's only the 18 involved. And it will be only the 18 involved.
Brett got so lucky.
Yeah, he was centimeters away. And also, that could have been big for Brennan, who had just hit pit road. If another car got involved, that would have been yellow. Brennan would have been sitting really, really pretty. Fortunately for him, it's not yellow, but unfortunately for KD as well, he was running second when that happened, right behind LT. And once again, something you mentioned, Eli, that apron, sneak up and bite you, spin you right around, and that's exactly what happened.
Doesn't help when you're already loose, and then you get that.
Yeah, compounds the issue. So Brennan with a 15.3, that is a short pit, obviously, for the 9 car. He'll go a lap down. He was... Well, so he was already slow because of the issue with Dirty Boy coming off turn 2, where Dirty Boy hit the wall and then Brennan had nowhere to go, ran right through him. He lost seconds. Like, not just tenths, it was seconds they lost. So he thought might as well pit right now. He has to go about 15 laps on those 2 midways. That is basically splitting it in half. He just kind of did the shorter version of it. He's going to go longer on this second run. Yeah, honestly,
I agree. Rough in the 88.
I think I would take that opportunity, especially with how loose these cars are. I don't think I'd want to run it out all the way. Especially if it was a shorter track, then yes. You know, obviously somewhere like Martinsville or Bristol or Dover, you don't want to go laps down by pitting. That's smart. I like that out of Allen. Yeah, speeding, very easy to do here. AJ also pitted in the 54. Yeah, the pit roads that are hardest to enter sometimes are just the ones where it's a straight shot, because you want to carry as much speed as you can, get to that commitment line as fast as you can.
This track likes to bait you, and that's another place where
it baits you everywhere. Pit road, pit exit, on the access roads, turn 2, turn 4. Is there anywhere to, maybe on the straightaways it doesn't bait you? Who knows?
Maybe.
See what LT and BKR do. Maybe if you're in front few, it looks like LT's going to pit this time. He's pulled the plug. He wants to pit. He's going to use the wall to his advantage a little bit. BKR stays out to lead. Brett stays out to get the second. LT looks like he's one of the only ones, maybe the only one on pit road this lap. And I think that was KD just knocked the wall down off turn 4 in the background, but he's still going. Yeah. I'm honestly shocked he didn't pit the lap he spun.
The lap, yeah.
You can see the 5048 using the access roads coming out right with the 11, so they will fall a lap down, but just barely. They're right behind the 11, so I think for sure for Allen, he's going to use the draft get right by the 11, probably off 4 into turn 1. Look at that gap. Look at how fresh tires mean. Just flies right onto him. He's going to get him right here through 4 on the front stretch. Oh my gosh, the 11 lagged. I thought he was spinning. LT will stay on the lead lap in the 19. Obviously coming in as the leader and had that big of a lead. Obviously it's going to stay on the lead lap with how big this track is. Allen gets his lap back, so now he's, well... hold the phone on that one.
Yeah.
Yep, and now Allen's back on the lead lap, officially tail end of the lead lap, and honestly, if he might be rooting for Yellow to come out right now, because he could kind of cycle back around, but the question is, when do these front runners pit? When does BKR pit? When does Brett pit? You know, the only front runner we've really seen pit is LT, and he was the leader when it happened.
Try to.
BKR pitting right now, the 11.
The answer is that.
Brett stays out. Brennan once again is a lap down, right behind. 48 of Arrow is pitting, but is wrecked entering. KD pitting. Arrow was very loose, and I think he hit the inside wall, maybe trying to slow himself down. I saw Dirty Boy in pit road. I don't know if that was from the lap. Yeah, that was from the lap prior, so now he's leaving pit road. He's obviously lapped down. He had issues before pitting. So there is Tiger and Brett. Tiger just in front of Brett. Brennan just in front of them. So Brennan now back on the lead lap because those are leaders back behind him.
Cars.
Stepping out, yeah.
Yeah. Step into the wall too.
He could be pitting this lap maybe. Nope. So I'm wondering if you stretch out this long, you might as well just take 2. And you never know with Brett, you know, sometimes with that wheel it can save you some tire percentages. Maybe he's feeling good about what there is. There is a long jam of cars coming off pit roads, Arrow and KD. I think Arrow sped because the 18 beat him off. KD through the grass. I wouldn't say that should be a penalty.
He mostly he didn't come up.
Not only that, but the grass probably cost him more time than it would have if he...
slowed you down.
So, I mean, I don't think it would be a penalty, honestly. I think it was just, oh, he's going to get the wall. That's his penalty. Oh, no. Now, it's still only 1 car. 4 KD, 2 wrecks he's been a part of, both of which he's been the only one. Obviously, the 48 wasn't involved, but he was a part of it. When the 18 mowed the wall down, the 48 nowhere to go, and KD now drives away from the scene, obviously very defeated. He's like, that's twice now that's happened. Tango's in pit road. I can't tell who else is in pit road. That's Tiger. So now Brett is the leader in the 66. Still is not yet pitted. Arrow back on the lead lap. Brennan back on the lead lap. And we'll see whenever Brett decides to come down pit road. Right now he's at 9 to go. So according to the fuel window that Brennan had, he can only go to about 7 or 8 to go, unless he's been saving fuel, and can go to maybe 6 or 5 to go.
I think KD wrecked again.
Oh no. Well, Brett will pit this time. Oh, very aggressive into pit road. I think he used the wall perfectly right there.
Yeah,
he basically came to a dead stop. using the wall, but that was what he had to do. Otherwise, he was definitely going to be speeding. That was a very aggressive entry for Brett. So there's the lead that LT should have once it all cycles through. The 19 over the 11. But once again, a yellow is coming out in just a few laps. About 8 laps from now, we'll get a yellow flag, and drivers will come back down pit road and do some more adjustments, and we'll see where it is from there. And wondering where Brett is coming off pit road in this 66. He's still on, so I think he's taken 4. Now he's leaving. He took 2. All right, well, we'll see how it goes for him. There's LT.
You gotta be careful on the back foot.
Yeah, especially with 2 tires. Even with 4, it's treacherous, but 2 is gonna be treacherous on the access roads and on the racetrack. That's just about as perfect of an access road as you can have. And he has a good gap over 4th. So even with those 2 tires, I mean, he's obviously going to be slower each lap, but he has a nice... Oh, well, it's plowing tight. I think it looks like it's down on the splitter with how much it just plowed through turn 3. If there was snow on the racetrack, he'd have gotten it all. There'd not be a layer left. You can already see he came out right behind BKR, and he's already fallen at least a second, if not more, off of him.
That car is not turning, bro.
What? It's not, I mean, he must have tightened it up, right? He must have been like, it's probably going to be loose and tightened it up, and sometimes you think it's going to be a lot looser than it's going to be, and he might tighten it up too much, so that could have been what happened with Brett here, or potentially he just had it that tight and didn't change it. I don't know, but he has to hang on 6 more laps at the line, and he can try and hang on to 3rd right here, which, once again, he has a nice gap over 4th place, so it wouldn't shock me if he was able to hang on. Oh, let's see, that's... Who is 4th? Is it Tiger? So Tiger's 4th, and I think right behind him, that's AJ in 5th. Give an attaboy to AJ. Currently up into the top 5 in that 54. Yeah, he's just ahead of Arrow, and I think that's Allen right with him, so he's in good company back there. He's doing a good job holding them off right now, as well as Tiger sees 3rd place Brett falling back to him and knows he only has about 5.5 more laps to get to him to try and get 3rd. Obviously, once again, no points at the midway yellow, but pride and track position and pit entrance position. Obviously want to be further up in the field. Next is battle for 5th. It's getting a little heat. You have 3 cars on the line, AJ, Arrow, and Allen. Allen looking to the outside. Arrow, who's trying to find a way around AJ, who's kind of using a more defensive lane to turn 1, and that apron almost got another one in turn 1. I honestly shocked he didn't lose more time through turn 1. It looked like he had a terrible corner, but somehow stayed with AJ.
He had a good turn 2 right here.
Really good turn 2. It's going to be a nice run. He'll get to the inside, maybe try some side draft, and pulls even, pulls ahead. And coming to 4 to go. The 48 now has 5th, but as you mentioned, AJ coming back, but went wide, and I thought Allen was going to have an advantage to the inside, but just couldn't get there, and AJ will keep that spot for now, but Allen right there looking for 6th. And Tiger is running Brett down at such a rapid pace. You can tell Brett's just hanging on for dear life. It's going to be a net gain, because whenever pit stop started, I don't think he was even top 5, so it should work out well for him with now 4 to go. I think the worst he's going to fall, assuming he doesn't wreck, is going to be behind Tiger. I think Allen did move to 6th. Yeah, Allen moved to 6th by AJ. So Arrow 5th, Allen 6th, now AJ will be 7th. Still at the front. It's car number 19 coming around to 3 to go. In a world of his own right now. His nearest competitor spun on the apron before pit stops and Sounds like there's something happening somewhere. Is it for third place potentially?
Brett almost. I thought he did not hit the inside wall.
He's gonna let Tiger go right here. Oh, he's gonna race him pretty hard. I thought, if I was in Brett's shoes, I may have just been like, "You have that spot, please. I surrender." That time, he was like, "All right, let me get in behind you." And I wonder if he'll look for a run here off 2. But Tiger just has that grip. Once again, breaking the draft. That was like a double break. He went down, broke it, came back up, and went down, broke it again.
He should be able to get like farther away from him.
Oh yeah. I just assume by the time we get to the front stretch, you won't even have to really break the draft, because I don't think Brett's gonna have enough of a runoff forward to use the draft. Oh, and he got the wall, so that can only help Tiger out. Tiger is moving left to right. There's 2 laps to go. Well, all right. We assume there's 2 laps to go, and there's 2 to go until halfway. The halfway yellow might come a lap sooner, because we've seen that many times. The halfway yellow comes out on the lap.
It is this time.
It is this time. All right. So halfway yellow comes out 1 lap before halfway, so they can pit at halfway. That's my take on it. I don't know if that's accurate or if Brendan just doesn't know how halfway works. But LT's gonna have clear sailing to the yard of bricks, and he'll be the leader at halfway in this race. It's gonna be BKR in 2nd position as LT crosses the line. There you see Tiger back there, won't be able to hold on to 3rd. There is still a battle between the 88, the 54, and the 9. This is for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Allen's going to hold on to 6th behind Arrow in 5th. AJ holds on to 7th in front of Brendan in 8th. KD's still trying to get to the start finish, and after having a rough last, I would say, about 12, 15 laps, he is just hoping to get back to the line without any more incidents and go from there. Is that Tango behind him, or is that Dirty Boy's had some issues as well in the 10, so both those drivers are running poorly, and they're both up there in points. You think about Dirty Boy came in as the points leader. KD came in right on his heels in 2nd, and they both had a struggling first half of this race, which could allow someone like Arrow to try and close, and even Brennan. But this is also only the first half, and they both had, obviously, issues. KD was one of the fastest out there before his issues, and Dirty Boy was also pretty fast, so I expect them to try and move back up.
There's still a while to go. With plenty of time for a lot of stuff to happen.
Yep. So pit road should be open this time. We're waiting for KD and Tango to catch up. I assume they just open it anyway. Pit it halfway, and you never know what we'll see from here. So they'll enter pit road. LT leading them in. Hopefully no one hits anyone to speed. And everyone was caught up to make it into pit road. They pit with 40 to go. And it's going to get about 20 laps on fuel, and I mean, could be close because you do burn up fuel here.
Maybe you want to sit back in the draft and maybe save a little bit.
Save a lap or 2, make sure you can make it, because it's going to be close. I don't think they'll be able to if they don't save on one stop, because you burn up fuel here. So it's one of those instances where being the leader is actually a hindrance rather than a positive issue.
Like IndyCar, though.
So I wonder if they're going to be doing a shoes cone at a...
11 got out in front.
No, he got out with them, but it was very close. I was about to say for a second too, I was like, whoa. But so are they going to do choose cone once again in turn 2?
Choose cone is the access road.
Okay, there you go. BKR did a late choose cone right there. That'd be questionable of hitting the box in real life.
Oh yeah.
So you have LT, he chose the bottom. BKR chose the top, so they'll restart where they came off pit road. Brett will jump up to 3rd. Tiger's now, he chose 4th willingly, which I'm honestly a little shocked about.
I would have seen 11 car go to the top, I would have cut down to the bottom.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was maybe it. Maybe Tiger was committed to the top, seeing everyone go low, and the 11 shot at the last second. Tiger thought he was playing it smart and was going to get a few spots off that, go from third to second, but... So Allen's going to be fifth now, because Arrow chose the top in the 48. He'll be sixth. AJ seventh. Dirty Boy chose the outside to get a spot in eighth. Brennan will be ninth. We have KD in 10th, and Tango also chose the top in 11th. So that's your field. We're getting ready to start the second half of this race, presented by Double G Construction and Roofing and Richmar Floors. LT's going to lead them to the green flag here with 39 to go, so field is going to be a question. How do these drivers play it? We're going to find out. Green flag back out in Indianapolis for the second half of this race.
I want to see how many cars hit the wall.
Yeah, off turn 2, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be just a couple. Let's see here. Okay.
Oh, God.
48 may have gotten pinched into the wall. And also AJ, 54 got the wall, so it might have been 2 cars. 48 looks like he maybe got pinched though, but the 54 definitely got it. So if you're BKR, you have the draft to get up to that 19, and you have a run to pass them. The question is, do you want to, or do you favor staying in line and maybe saving some fuel behind them? But this is also a thing where you're saving... Oh, the 11 just popped the wall off full.
That doesn't...
2 turns late.
Yeah.
But another thing you have to think about, when saving fuel, you're lifting early, and you're lifting down the straightaways, and you're entering at a slower thing, you're letting it coast, right? That burns that right rear up. You're looser then. So you're already burning up the right rear as is, and then you're going to be saving, you're going to be burning up the right rear so much. I think it could be an issue for some drivers if they didn't put in tighter setups.
Maybe that's why some people hit the wall. If we're going to hit the tighter setup just so they could save.
And Brett moved to second because the 11 hit the wall. Now BKR, you saw BKR lift early. I don't know if that was just a courtesy thing for Brett or if he's maybe coasting it into the corners. See KD trying to fight his way through the pack back there, knowing he has a really strong race car and was second when he spun it. He spun twice, maybe thrice in this race, and moving up for fourth now, but the front 3 have gapped. All this 2 and 3 wide racing just allowed those front 3 to be gone. They might be in the city of Indianapolis, not Speedway, Indiana.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying the short track out, not too far from here.
IRP.
IRP, ORP, what?
I don't even know
What do people call it? The Lucas Oil Raceway, ORP, IRP, what is it? I always just call it IRP, Indianapolis Raceway Park. I don't know what ORP stands for. Is that just Oil Raceway?
I've been like a sponsor or something.
Maybe they just took out the Lucas and they just had Oil Raceway Park.
Yeah.
It'd be Lorp.
Now I'm not trying to it.
There was some sendage back here. The 88 went to block the 10, and the 48 got the worst of it. Poor Arrow. Tiger's out of it.
He's up in the marble now.
Tiger's trying to get as much draft as he can, I think. You know, Sango? Yeah, Sango's definitely saving. Tango is definitely saving. Brett is definitely saving. He let BKR go and he fell off him, so I don't know why he fell off him that much. If he's trying to save, you obviously want the draft. So unless we missed something with Brett, or maybe he got the wall or something. Oh, he almost got the wall there off 4, so maybe he's really tight right now. Yeah, I wonder though, because the field's so spread out. The only people that can really save are those ones back in that pack.
And they're all
slamming the wall. And each other. What? Like if you're first, you can't save. If you're second BKR, you can't save because I don't think he has draft of LT. If you're Brett, I don't think you have draft. I think the first person that can actually be saving at the moment is KD, but he's not even really that close to Brett. Oh, and BKR just nailed the wall in the 11.
Well,
off of 3.
So much for Brett not having that. Well,
I think some of B car got away with it. Maybe it looked worse on my screen than it did than it actually was on his, but he definitely hit it because he lost some time to the 19 and to Brett as well. You can see right there, Katie now right up behind Brett. And also you have Arrow and Dirty Boy who are trying to make their way through. Oh man, that 48 to 10 that was at the wall again. They really don't want to do that right now. They want to have a 4-car draft there because you can save a lot more fuel with 4 cars than just 2. We also know Brett, he could just be saving without draft. He can do those things, so he could be doing stuff like that. If I know anything about a race leader, he is not saving.
Yeah, he's going all out.
He's going all out, and he's hoping he makes that pit stop, and then yellow comes out at some point, so then he can make another one, and then everyone will be good.
80.
Got a peek. Oh, he spun on the apron
he's
again!
spun.
And he collects others. That's going to be yellow, and now fuel saving is out the window. Get it. Oh, no, he's in the air. Oh, no.
Well, you talking about caution?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, Eli, but on my screen, the 18 got clobbered into the fence and then got
he
Newmaned.
On my screen, he went over Brennan. He flew over Brennan.
Yeah, he went over Brendan into the
okay.
fence, and then he got hit by
Yeah.
someone as he was upside down. But
Oh, he didn't. No, I didn't see that. I didn't get that.
pun fully intended, fuel saving is out the window. Until we get yellow with like 23 to go, and then it's back in. But yeah, that yellow comes about 7 laps of racing. So you definitely expect everyone on pit road for 4 fresh tires. What is Brett doing?
No dirty boys. Oh,
I think Brett has the clutch on right now and is just coasting. Probably. I don't know why, but that's what he's doing. I guess he wants to put less fuel in the car. Now Eli, they ran about 7-8 laps. You don't think anyone dare do 2, right?
No. They seen what happened to Brett. No.
Think if they had some sense, they would.
Yeah, they would take 4. They would.
Dirty Boy just loves that wall, doesn't he?
Guess so.
Well, on Brendan's stream, he was in the air.
Oh,
Man, yeah, he is. He's abusing the right side of that car. Thankfully, it's Alright, so pit road will be open this time, and obviously do choose cone at the access road. And they'll go green with 30 to go. So they'll stop to make one more pit stop. LT sounds nervous. LT, how are your nerves right now?
I'm actually relieved. It's not
Yeah.
fuel saving.
How short were you going to be on fuel? If
Very short
yeah.
actually, because I wasn't saving at all.
one of your competitors, Brendan, has just tightened his car up even more. It's now at 50.7 wedge. Even the guys at Double G Construction Roofing don't take that big of swings. Oh my! What just happened? Come off pit road.
about 3. They were 3 wide and wrecking.
Who got second? Was it BKR or Brett? Brett got second. Or is BKR?
What?
Well, BKR thinks he's the leader. Or who's the leader? Is
They
this
might need
legal?
to make like a. They might need to make like a middle lane just for him.
Where was Dirty Boy
Brett?
before this? Cause wait, what are they? Oh, they'll do an IndyCar. They'll do a 3-wide start.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, so where was Dirty Boy before this? Cause he's gonna be second now.
He was like 5th or 6th, so
He gained about 4 spots. Nonchalantly just went, yep, okay, I'll take this. And Alan's now up to 4th. Tango's 6th. We have a tango sighting, ladies and gentlemen. And KD, now back in 10th again. Second time he spun the apron. He's definitely going to be a little bit right under the collar. And look at them warming their tires up. And by them, I mean the leader. Dirty Boy's doing a little bit too much right. Dirty Boy's hitting the wall. Alright, here we go. So restart with 30 to go. We'll have to pit. So we'll see if we get another yellow, and if we do, when does it come out into the restart zone? And we are back to racing at Indianapolis. Dirty Boy didn't get the best of jumps, but stayed decently with LT. It's very hard to time it here in seconds, so that was almost as good as you could get it.
I just want to stack them up.
Yeah, you have experience stacking the field up from the lead.
Yeah.
I think it helped you win a race.
It did, yeah.
It helped me get fourth too, so.
There you go. Yeah, I don't think it helped a lot of people like this on that.
No,
That
it helped on the outside.
Yeah.
It didn't help the inside lane, it helped the outside lane. We timed that well. Well, Brett's car's definitely still tight. You can tell as he almost knocked the wall down. To his inside comes BKR, Dirty Boy right behind them, just lurking, and Tiger as well as they're still side by side. LT loves seeing that if they can stay side by side.
Make a run.
And LT running the outside gives draft to the car that had even more draft on the outside, so that's just double whammy for BKR. Brett clears in second, BKR in third. Dirty Boy falling back as Tiger moves around to fourth. Oh my gosh. I'd be taking that breath too. BKR started last in this race. Going for second on the oh my gosh. Well, last place starter Pulsar, they maybe made some contact there. BKR is obviously lagging, that's not helping anyone's cause. BKR to second, now trying to run down LT in the draft. Has a nice run off for LT. Getting a little nervous, wants to break that draft down the front. She's going all the way to the inside wall. Back up to the outside wall. Oh. That was a lag to the inside if I've ever seen one. BKR for the lead on LT. LT doesn't hit the wall and gets the run. BKR getting a little bit of side draft to try and keep the 19 with them. Can't.
He had to be like crap.
Well, he's ghosted that.
Well, that's an issue.
Oh, when you're ghost, you can't get drafted.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an issue.
You know what else though is bad when you're ghosted is people can drive through you, and you'll end up wrecking.
Yeah.
People can drive through you, you can't drive through people. So this has been a crazy race so far. I mean, we've seen a lot of lead changes in this one. Obviously, Brett and KD early on, shuffling around the running order, and then LT got it, and he's led a really, really good chunk of the race. And poor old KD spun on the apron twice. The last one bringing out a yellow flag because he collected Arrow and Dirty Boy and Tango and Brennan. That took it out of fuel saving.
Well, Brett got real tight.
Brett doing a slide job and a half on LT. Who doesn't sound happy with the move. Meanwhile, Ghost Boy is leaving the field. He's saying, you know what, I'm going to make sure that you actually can't get my draft, and I'll just get out of draft range. How does that sound?
Pretty smart.
Dirty Boy in third. This is exactly what he needs to try and keep that point lead, because KD, I feel like KD's had the faster car today. He's just had so many mistakes and so many unfortunate issues happen where he just hasn't been able to use that car to his advantage. He's right now kind of stuck back behind this.
BKR is ghosted for a number of people.
And that is
Brett.
a fundamental issue. I was about to say, with how Dirty Boy entered turn 3, LT was hoping he was going to be ghosted. It looks like the 10 was going to be right in the rear bumper of that 19. Brett trying to gain on BKR. Obviously, this probably is all without draft, unless the Ghost is somehow given off draft. But again, tight in one.
He'll have to make it up in the photos somehow.
Yeah, he's got to just be faster overall. He also has draft from behind, so that will help him. Obviously, BKR doesn't have draft, so them staying in line with Brett definitely helps. But it's definitely not, you know, the same as having the draft off the 11. But you can see they got a nice run there off turn 2. LT will lift early to give Brett breathing room. Dirty Boy and, who's the guy that said? Tiger. Do the same. I know who you are. And these guys riding in line. Here, oh my gosh, the whole front of the field just got the wall. LT's going to take advantage to go to the inside for a second. I was about to say, while all this was happening, KD was closing in with Arrow, but then Arrow got the wall off 4, so now it's just KD closing in and could make it a 6-car race. And LT now in second. What can he do with BKR? I think LT's been one of, if not the fastest car of this race. And right now finds himself right behind the racer BKR, who has a little bit of a ghost feature. LT trying to attempt to pass Brett. Where is Brett going? BKR keeps it for now. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, Brett got the apron.
I don't want to send him.
If I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering 2 weeks ago correctly, obviously we had last week off for Memorial Day, but if I remember 2 weeks ago at Gateway, it was Big Jim and BKR battling for the lead and the win at the end. And BKR was leading up until about 7 to go when Big Jim caught him, and then they started training some paint down the front stretch for a lap. They started clanging doors and ended up with Big Jim and Victor Lane, BKR in second. And after the race, BKR was none too pleased with how it ended. Not at Big Jim, but just not pleased with how the car was reacting and how loose it got throughout the run, and how Big Jim's didn't get loose because of basically that wheel. So BKR wants some redemption here at Indianapolis. He's run fast most of this season, and in fact all of the season that he's been racing, and he wants a victory at Indianapolis. He has a little bit of advantage that he's ghosted, but the man in third, he just wants to not spin on the apron this run, and he wants to have a shot at it. KD up to third. What a great recovery for him. Just showing the strength of that 18. He spun, what, 3-4 times in this race? He spun once on the apron, once after getting the wall. He spun once again on the apron. He may have spun again. I mean, he spun everywhere. But,
he spun it.
for the lead. Once again, racing a ghosted car like it is. BKR is not slow. It's not like he's at the back. He's at the front challenging for the lead. You're racing a ghosted car. You don't want to get up beside. You can go through him, obviously, but on his screen, you'll just body him. So you don't want to drive through the man. You don't want to go up and door him. KD has a huge run because of that. He'll go for second in the 18. Oh my goodness. Now that's 11 to get that gap back.
Oh,
Look at, he either got loose or wanted to give it back.
Yeah.
They also gave the spot to Brent and probably to Dirty Boy as well, but now, after that happening, they have a gap to run back down to BKR. He's breaking the draft. I mean, if he knew he was ghosted, he would know he doesn't have to do that. He knows that that's honestly just wasting him time at this point. So they're coming around. This time by, it'll be 20 laps to go at Indianapolis. Which means if we can make it past this lap and maybe the next, we'll know we'll be out of fuel saving range. And even if we get a yellow flag, it'd still be good to go. So BKR leads this race in 11 by a comfortable margin over LT in second, Brett in third, Dirty Boy in fourth, and KD in fifth. Those are right now the top two in the championship. They run nose to tail, and I think whoever finishes higher would be the championship leader. So watch out for that as we close in. But 20 laps to go. They pitted with around OT's in the wall. Brett avoids, Dirty Boy avoids, KD will go down to the inside. He just passed Tiger. LT trying to slide in right there as they're side by side for a second. Dirty Boy out of nowhere is where we're sliding around, getting tight. Dirty Boy out of nowhere gets the second. So now we get to see the strength of the 10 car. This is the highest he's been all day, and I don't think he's been higher than about 4th or 5th. So this will be fun to watch and see what Dirty Boy can do. But as I was mentioning, they pitted. That yellow came out with around 30 to go. They pitted with around 30 to go. So with 20 to go right here, obviously splitting it in half will be 15 and 15. Do we see any drivers, Eli? Do you think undercut it, do it with 17 to go, 16 to go, 18 to go? And do you think we see drivers go longer? Obviously, 2 tires is definitely out of the equation. But do we see some drivers go longer, maybe try and go until 13 to go or 12 to go?
Possibly could. I mean, these guys up here, if 11's ghosted, the only way you're going to pass him.
Yeah, some strategy. Dirty Boy walled it down the straightaway, it looked like. And
from what I hear, KD has the 11 solid, so he could catch it.
All right, well, there you go. So, and KD being in second, obviously, that could be good. So if this pack pushes KD up to BKR, then maybe they can start to try and make passes on that 11. But the problem is BKR has a decent gap over KD and LT and Dirty Boy and Brett and Tiger, who are in a very, very high-speed line, as KD went wide. Oh my goodness! That thing looked like it snapped big time on LT.
Yep.
And it sounds like the driver of the night team would love to hit pit road shortly, but if he would hit pit road now, it would be a longer second run. So I don't think he wants to do that quite yet.
Yeah,
KD.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of, you know, we saw KD very, very loose earlier, and now he's plowing ass tight on entry.
Oh, Brett. Right.
Is that Allen pitting? Allen's pitting. Now there's because of what happened to Brett there's a little breakaway for second and third. It's KD and Dirty Boy. But a BKR has a really, really nice gap right now, and he's looking to just try and hold it out from here to the finish. 16 to go at the line, so obviously Allen, a little bit of an undercut, and if you pit now, it'd also be a little bit of an undercut as well, but you can make it from here on fuel and tires. The question is, do you want to pit now, or do you want to make that second run shorter so that you know you can maybe make it a little bit looser? Front 3 don't budge. Front 6 don't budge. Someone back there, I think that's AJ, is budging. He'll be coming down pit road. Allen leaves pits now. Oh, Brett's in the grass. Oh, yeah. Well, that 66 has been a handful in the long run. Every long run we've had. So Brett, oh yeah, he's spinning. Brett is spinning off 2. That was a hard impact into the outside safer barrier. He's now parked down on the inside, back going. Obviously it won't be yellow, it's only 1 car involved. He spun off very quickly. There was no chance of someone hitting him, but my gosh, that 66 was a handful in the long run. It showed again. BKR staying out. Front 3 staying out. Front 5 staying out. Is that the line? That right there is 15 to go, so that would have been splitting it in half. 15 and 15. So these drivers, they want to go longer. They want to make that second run shorter so they can possibly make it looser. Be more aggressive. AJ leaving pit road, doing a nice job at that. Eli, are you shocked that the 18 and the 10 haven't tried to short pit the 11?
Yeah.
Because I'm honestly, I thought they would have tried it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they think they can catch him. I doubt. I don't know if they can.
I don't. If you just do the same thing as the 11, you're praying he makes a mistake, I feel like, at that point. You're not just, you know, if you pit now, pit a lap or 2 sooner, you kind of put it into your hands where you can try and get out from him and then try and hold him off. I'd rather be on defense than be in this position right now, so. Because you can gain, you can go out there and gain a second. That's all great, but that could take 5 laps, and in 1 lap you could lose that whole second.
Yeah.
I think they are reeling him in, but it wouldn't be. I don't think. Well, maybe it would be enough. We'll have to see. Doesn't help that KD is plowing the wall down almost.
They're definitely cold.
Dirty Boy pitting. In 3rd place, the 10 will hit pit road. LT's pit as well. Yep. So they pit with 13 to go.
Good 18, you got it. You don't have your health anymore.
Well, here's the thing, Eli. These drivers only have 3 laps of fuel left, 2 laps of fuel left, so they'll have to pit in the next 2 laps.
Wow.
So if you're KD, you've backed yourself into a corner now where you're doing the same thing as BKR basically. I assume that BKR now pits and then KD follows him in, so not really doing anything different. I mean, it could work out in the end, and we could be the fools up here, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have tried something different at least. Like Dirty Boy at least would be at least
If
1
you
lap.
follow the
sooner.
leader, you're not gonna
Yeah.
have to.
You see right there. KD trying to be aggressive on pit entry, trying to gain on BKR. May have actually gained a little bit. Tiger, Tiger. That's going to be
That was
close. Brennan's going to stay out and lead. He has to pit next time. There's Dirty Boy leaving LT, leaving using the access roads. There is Brennan on his last lap of this run. He'll come in, he'll have the shortest last run of anyone. We'll have to see how Dirty Boy pitting 1 lap. Obviously, it's only 1 lap, so that's a few tenths maybe that Dirty Boy will gain. And we'll have to see how the pit entries were. You know, the 11 looked like he was maybe a little more conservative. The 18 very aggressive, 32 aggressive. The 10 even looked aggressive. So everyone, though, made it. No speeding penalties there. So Tiger, that was perfection right there. You always know it's a good one when the commentators don't know if he's sped or not.
Yeah.
There's
Happens quite often.
BKR. There's Dirty Boy. He'll jump KD.
He'll definitely. Yeah, he'll be there. Again, if he's solid for him, but he ain't.
Yeah, so just that 1 lap, you know, he was back there with KD. Look how far back KD is. That's the gap that Dirty Boy gained by pitting 1 lap sooner. That is not tenths, that's like a second.
Now, does he have the draft?
Yeah, and
Okay, all right.
and here's the thing: if he doesn't have the draft, he's gonna be. Oh, Brennan took 2. That's a really, really interesting strategy.
I guess he didn't see Brett earlier in the race.
Yeah, and he has to go longer than Brett did.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to say that could change it because if he came out in front of BKR and Dirty Boy, but he's going to come out behind, it looks like even KD and LT. Oh, no.
Oh, that was almost bad. That was.
If you're KD and, Oh, well, this is interesting. On Brennan's stream, Dirty Boy's ghosted. So, who's solid, who's not, I don't know. But what I was mentioning is that if you're Dirty Boy, you really need BKR to be solid because you have 1 lap worse tires. You really need that draft to try and overcome that disadvantage you're at.
I don't think he's solid.
I don't think so because he's fading really, like it's not like he's just falling off and clinging on to hope. He's losing a good amount every lap, so I think, like you said, the 11 is probably ghosted for him, and at this point with 10 to go, 9 at the line, it would come down to a mistake at a BKR, and the only one to really pounce right now is going to be Dirty Boy. KD and LT are just too far back at the moment, but with the 10 not having drafted, they can try and pick him up, maybe?
Maybe running down.
Also have Tiger to factor in 5th. And for Brennan, I don't think he's going to be liking that 2-tire decision because he is basically back to where he was. I think he maybe gained a spot off of it, but yeah, I don't think he's going to be liking it too much. So that's 9 to go. BKR, Dirty Boy, KDLT, and Tiger. That is the front five.
I don't even know what the 11 did. Like, is there like a switch? Like, you flip?
Yeah, lag switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
well,
a
Dirty Boy
switch.
just knocked the wall down off turn 2, and any shot that he had now is getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer.
You just gotta hope the 11 messes up or hits the wall.
Yeah, so if the 11 messes up or Brennan out there struggling, maybe a yellow comes out for
Yeah.
an issue out there, but we're also running down to a point where there would be point of no return, so this will be interesting to see. 8 laps to go, and Katie's closing up for second on Dirty Boy. Katie in fourth is a good ways back at the moment. See if Dirty Boy hits the wall up 2 this time. It's going wide again, but you can see the 18 just had better overall speed through the corner because he was able to hold it tighter. 10 was really drifting out. I don't know if they'd be breaking the draft if I was Dirty Boy. I'd probably honestly let KD go and see if maybe you have any shot, because KD's been flying like a rocket here these past few laps. Maybe if you let him go, you might have something.
Hey, we're catching them before pit stop.
But now with 7 to go, do you have the time
Yeah.
without
They
a
do
mistake?
get there, it's gonna be like, 11 could always mess up.
It's definitely not over. I mean, mentioned before how, it was 2 weeks ago where BKR had a nice gap, and then it faded to Big Jim after the 11 started to get really, really loose on the long run. So, I'm not saying that could happen here, but cars do get very loose on the long run here. BKR obviously was very upset after that last race at Gateway. He felt like the win should have been his, and he had the best car there, but just didn't work in the long run. So, he's hoping he can make it around 6 more times, and he'll win at the Brickyard and be his first win of the season. He has 6 laps to go. Now for 4th is closing in, which could honestly close in to be a whole battle. You have LT and Tiger, and Dirty Boy's now kind of losing touch with KD, so if they're going to make progress with the 2-car draft, I don't think it's going to be able to happen, because that 10, I don't think it's the 1 lap worse tires. I just don't know if the 10's handling right now.
Maybe he didn't loosen it up. Maybe we did too much.
You have LT in 4th, Tiger in 5th. They're looking at a top 3 spot right in front of them, struggling. Nothing they can go get it, but 5 to go. Time's running out for anyone in the top 5 to make moves.
Just the bottom of turn
Ooh, Dirty Boy just got the wall again. It'll be 4 to go at the line. BKR over KD. KD not gaining. He doesn't have draft, so he'd have to be running faster than them. I think they're just running kind of similar, but that battle for 3rd is tightening up. LT now is the drafted Dirty Boy, assuming the 10 is not ghosted for him. And the 32 of Tiger as well, so with 4 to go, that could be 3 cars under a blanket for that spot. If we had podium celebrations, that'd be the final step of the podium.
You're not going to take more for the 10 to get to the inside.
Yeah. Oof. That was a really big synchronized move for the 19 to 32. He was running them tight down there. That could have ended in disaster for 1, if not 2, if not 3 of them. LT moves to 3rd, Tiger to 4th, and Dirty Boy back to 5th. He sees his Yeah, can they run down KD? Everybody's really hoping so because he's battling KD for the points lead right now. He's going to try and cling on to that draft and try and help them run that 18 down. There's just not much time left in this race.
They definitely do seem like they're taking fast.
Well, it's 2 to go at the line, so I think they're faster. The question is,
Yeah.
can they get there? Obviously, the
I think
18's
the
solid,
time
so
is-
once you get a sniff of the draft, you could get there, but the question is,
timing on the side.
yeah, it's a race against the clock, and the clock always wins in that scenario, so.
I mean, probably this race with KD being back up here.
Yeah, that is a
It's
huge
not
win
over
for KD.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, he could spin on the apron again. We don't want to jinx him, but I mean, to just be in this position at the end after what he's gone through is definitely an accomplishment. Spinning multiple times, causing the last yellow, and now he's up here and in position to get second. B-Car, meanwhile, looking for redemption from Gateway. He's come to see the white flag this time by. KD, I think, now, as long as he doesn't make a mistake, he has second pretty much in hand. It's going to be the battle for third. It's going to be entertaining because Tiger, at some point, is not going to be waiting with LT. He's not going to say, I'm going to try and push up to the 18. Somebody's going to go, all right, we can't catch him. I'm going to pass you now. He got a nice run off forward.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, that's the white flag. 1 lap to go. The battle for the lead is a good ways
Oh,
up.
there it goes.
The battle for second is closer. The 18, yeah, he just missed the bomb of turn 1.
If he misses turn 2, then definitely not.
And he did a good job through 2 there. Minimizes the loss. Look at Tiger blocking Dirty Boy down the backstretch. Dirty Boy gets low. LT to give draft to Dirty Boy to keep them side by side. This is the battle for third, though. The battle for the lead is non-existent.
Very
There's BKR.
Slid up in front of Tiger. Tiger's going to cross the move. Oh,
They're going to be 3?
I don't.
BKR off the final corner. Redemption from Gateway. Car number 11 will
Oh,
win
Tiger odd
this
dog.
race.
Dirty
KD
Boy's
second.
gonna get
Side by side. I
it. Going
think
that
Dirty Boy
deep.
got it.
Dirty Boy got it. Yes.
Dirty Boy did get fourth, so top 3, the 11, 18, 19. That's not shocking. Dirty Boy fourth, and 5th place to Tiger. It was just a 5-car runaway there at the end, but redemption for BKR and a great comeback for KD. Really good storylines in the front 2 spots. Arrow will get 6th, AJ 7th, Brennan 8th. Looks like Allen's going to be 9th, Tango 10th, Brett, DNF in 11th. Same for Wes in 12th. So that was a very entertaining race, but BKR kind of stole the show there at the end. Able to pull away Eli, and he won this race handily. Now, was that due to the ghosting? I don't know, but
He ain't gonna be complaining. He ain't gonna be fine.
he's like, I was ghosted? What? No. He's like, I wasn't ghosted. I was just able to pull away. So I guess since we have 3rd place in here, we could just start, right? Alright. LT, 3rd place. It looked like for a little bit there, towards the middle part of the race, end of the first half, beginning of the second half, you had the fastest car out there. But there at the end, it got shuffled back. What do you think it would have taken to run the 11 down? Because it looked like at some points you guys were, and then at other points you would lose some ground. What do you think it would have taken?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I had really good speed in the middle part of the race, but at the end there, just I don't want to blame it that he was ghosted, but he was fast anyways, and I couldn't get his draft, and he pulled away, and the rest of the pack couldn't really catch up, and we were battling amongst ourselves. So yeah, I don't really know what more I could have done. Car just got really loose there at the end on both runs. So yeah, I don't know. Congrats to BKR. I know he's been looking for that win, but just I don't know what I could have done there.
I know Eli probably doesn't have a question for you, does he?
Nah. Yeah.
Of
You already know
course
the
not.
answer.
All right, well, congrats on the top three. Your first race back in a few weeks, so go enjoy it.
Thank you.
I don't think we have second in here yet, so we could probably just go with the winner, BKR. Uh, we could probably call it some redemption from uh, 2 weeks ago in Gateway. Take us through your race as you were out front at the end. You were zooming away. They were trying to run you down. They couldn't even do that when they were on some with some draft and whatnot.
Yeah, I had a really bad connection for the I'd say first half of the race. So I couldn't make a move really. I had to run downstairs, press a refresh on my internet. It helped a little bit, but I was ghosted on a few people's screens for the race, and they couldn't draft up to me. I could draft up to them, except DBJ was ghosted for the rest of the race for me, so I couldn't really draft with him when I exited the pits, and he caught up to me. The first half, I was I would gain a couple tenths on LT. 3 and 4 was like my best corner, but I couldn't figure out 1 and 2 as well as the other people could. I'd gain a couple tenths, and then I'd screw up, lose them, and it would just kind of rubber band back and forth up until the midway caution. And eventually, I got up there, I got the lead, and KD drafted up. And once he made a move on LT, entering one, that was like my time to go away. And I gained like a second in those set of corners alone. So I kind of just try to not make a mistake like Gateway and set up the car for the last run to not die, not get loose off the corners. And it was good enough. I saw they were gaining a few tenths at the end. They had a little draft group going, but I wasn't concerned about that because I had decent pace, for a majority of it. So definitely redemption for Gateway. I've been kind of under the radar. Richmond, I led the most laps in the first half and got trapped a lap down, and that basically ruined that race. Dover was fuel mileage, Tango won. Gateway, I got loose and let Big Jim pass, so it's definitely relieving to win this one.
Yeah, I know it's been a long time coming in this series, so it's great to see you finally break through. I know Eli definitely doesn't have a question for you because
No, he
he's
already asked
boring.
me. He answered
Never.
my question about the
Okay.
lag. So.
Well, I don't think you said the wheel wrong the whole second half of the race. So congratulations, go celebrate. I know this one's definitely very sweet for you.
Appreciate it.
I don't think we have KD, so I think we can just end it right there. That was the Elite Racer Series, race number 9 from Indianapolis, presented by Double G Construction Roofing and Richmar Florist. Thanks to those guys for sponsoring. Next week is Talladega.
Oh boy.
So if you thought draft was huge here, expect a really, really big train or snake at that one. So Eli, do you have any final thoughts from Indianapolis?
It was a good race, a lot of passing. I can't wait for Dega. It's gonna be fun.
I don't think anyone can wait for Dega, Eli. So next week,
Yeah, I know.
Talladega Super Speedway Racing. I think that's the midpoint of the season. So after next week, we'll be halfway done with season 2 of the Elite Racer Series. So thanks to LT for being in race reporter. Thanks to Eli for joining me. And until next week at Talladega, have a good one.